Here we go with Module 1C, Technology Integration Models. So as we've moved through the course, we've started looking at tech standards, which can help us frame how we use technology in the classroom, for creating lessons rather. And then Module 1B was all about differentiation, so changing a lesson to meet student needs. And now I really want to jump into technology integration models. So these are research-based theories for using technology to really change how you think about creating learning opportunities for students. So the one that I'm going to focus on in this class is called the Technology Integration Matrix, created by FCIT, the Florida Center of Instructional Technology. This is a fantastic tool. There are several other technology integration models. Mishra and Kaler's TPAC is very famous. You might also hear about Kolb's Triple E framework as you go into a school. But the TIM for me is way more robust, and it's just awesome. Man, I can't get enough of this. It's so handy for determining how to use technology. And so when we look at, this is the TIM, this is the Technology Integration Matrix. So the TIM is the framework for determining how to use technology to enhance learning. As we look at this grid, and that's basically what it is, it's a grid, it's a 5x5 table. And as we look across the top of the table, this is what teachers are doing. So if you're brand new to using technology, you'll be an entry level. If you're adopting technology, means you're using students' technology in conventional ways. So you give them a worksheet, they look something up online or in a textbook, and then they fill out the worksheet. That's very much adoption. Adaptation is changing how students use technology tools. And then infusion lets the students choose the tools they use. And transformation means that students are going to give you something that's completely technical in some way, using technology in new, creative ways to create something brand new, to showcase their learning. And it's amazing. So students going across the top. And teacher going across the top, how teachers choose to use technology in their classroom. Going down the side is how students are using it. So are they passively using a tool? So they read information and that's all they do with it. Fine, that's not a problem, but that would be active entry. So once you click on active entry, if you click that in the matrix, here's an extension. What the students are doing, what the teacher's doing, and what the setting looks like. And here are some video examples of what this looks like. More and more resources. This is why I love TIM. This is so good. Let me go back. Now let's say that, again, this is students, how they're using the tech. Down the side, active, collaborative, constructive, authentic, and goal-directed. Let's say you're going to give them an authentic, real-world problem, and you're going to infuse technology in your lesson. Then this is what it looks like. Students are choosing their own tools, going beyond instructional settings. So this is something that they could use in their future life. They could use in another class. They could use at home. They could use for a special project they're working on for a group that they're in. The teacher is using those technology tools to help students make those connections outside of school. So future life. And this does not necessarily have to be older students. So why don't you click one of these videos? I would love it to just sit here and watch this with you because they're all amazing. But watch through how these different levels, so K2, 3, 5, 6, 8, and 9, 12, watch how they're doing it. Look especially for your grade level that you want to teach. So this is TIM, this is the matrix. This is how teachers use it, how students use technology. And you want to find somewhere in between, or find where they connect, and that's how you're going to use it. So on the assignment this week, I'm going to ask you to dig through the TIM, tell me about each one of the learning environments, so how the teachers use it, and then, how the students use it, and then how the teachers are using it in the 5 levels of tech integration. Tell me about it. Where would you fit? What kind of technology integration have you encountered as a student from when you were in kindergarten until now here in college? And then I'd like you to dig through the TIM Subject Area Index. Another reason I love this tool. It has a breakdown of everything. So here's maths, here's sciences, social studies, and language arts. Maybe you're going to teach high school social studies, and you're looking for something, animals at risk, 9 to 12. So watch this video. Tell me what you think about how that teacher is using the technology, how the students are using technology. That's one video, and then I want you to watch 2 of those and just dig through. The grade level index is basically the same thing as subject level, only it's broken down by grades. And then here's what we get to the meat of this assignment is I want you to take that lesson that you created last week. If you'll remember, you created, or sorry, not last week, last module, that you created for UDL and differentiation. I want you to take that information and paste in your answers here for OAS, for ISTE, for learning objectives. But your learning objectives might change a little bit, less in detail. Now I want you to say which learning environment. So now we're going to apply TIM to this lesson. Now how is this lesson different now that you've added technology? Now what happens here is, or in this row, is you'll have different levels of access to technology than, say, another person in this same class. You might get to a school that's 1-to-1. That means every student has a laptop. You might get to a school in which there are 4 Chromebook cards and you have to share them every other day with all of the other teachers. Maybe they just gave you 3 desktop machines in class. Or maybe the only technology you have in your classroom is your teacher computer. How are you going to change this lesson to meet those lesson goals using these 4 technology availabilities? Paste in your differentiation, what you did for your students in that last section or in the last assignment, and then add a bullet point and tell me how TIM could help you use technology to change that lesson for this particular student. You'll do that on each one of these. That's a quick and dirty overview of Module 1C, the TIM, the Technology Integration Matrix, and other tech integration models, and giving your lesson plan yet another makeover. As always, holler if you have any